Hello and welcome to the Smart Trading Bi-Monthly newsletter update for February and March. A new year and a nice market to kick it off. All I can say is I'm certainly enjoying the ride in the market right now. And as always, I've got lots to share with you in this market update, including a few trades as well. But before we get started, I just need to remind you that I'm not licensed to provide any personal investment advice. This video and all the charts and trades I share are for illustrative purposes only, and I'm just showing you how I view the current market and sharing this with you. So let's just do a quick overview of my trading style for those that might be new to this video. I predominantly trade two systems, a long-term weekly system, and that trades all year round. I don't turn it off if I'm going away or things are going on. It might get turned off in a bear market, and it got turned off and stopped trading for a couple of months when COVID hit and my stop losses were hit, and I was left with about 3 trades, and it sat in cash till about mid-May, and I started building back in with that system with a real focus on high dividend yield shares, which I discussed with all my clients at that time of how I was moving back into the market and what I was doing with that system, because I have a Mastermind program and I share with my clients what I'm doing in the market through longer video updates, webinars, and we've got a discussion forum as well. So that can hold trades from a few months to a few years. And right now I'm loving the market with this system. I've even started pyramiding this week. So I'm very excited now to be at the stage with, the trades that I bought into last year. They're moving very nicely. The ones that haven't performed are gone now. And I'm in that nice portfolio where I'm just managing and built into that, and now I'm at the stage where I can add to some of those profitable trades. So it's a nice position to be back in, because that's where I was back a year ago before COVID hit. I had pyramided into trades. I had a beautiful portfolio built up, and then everything changed on the 24th, 25th of February and my stops were hit. But then an opportunity came in May to be able to buy into stocks that had fallen to very low prices, and you could enter back into the market again, and that's exactly what I did. My medium-term daily system trades through all markets, long and short. So it will, at the moment, it's mostly long, but there'll be periods in the market where I will be short trading, and that focuses on holding CFD trades from a few days to a few weeks. And I teach all my trading strategies, share my trading plan, and let you get inside my head as a trader in my Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course. But what I'd like to do now is head on over to the charts. And let's have a look at the major indexes, the Australian and the US. So this is the S&P 200, the ASX 200 as we call it. It has broken a significant resistance point, which I'm very excited about. So the ASX 200, if we zoom out, you can see the beautiful bull market of 2003 to 2007, the bear market started 2008 of the GFC down to mid-2009. Which is where my weekly system had turned off, and I sat in cash till it turned back on in mid-2009. And then we made our way back up, and we've been in a slow, steady rise back up in this upward channel with ups and downs, of course. And we reached our pre-GFC highs over here and managed to burst through it, and then COVID hit. And we had burst outside the upward channel and we completely collapsed below it. But there was a nice recovery, and the market recovered, got back into that upward channel, and has been moving extremely nicely since the end of last year. It sort of stagnated and went sideways for a bit, and then since November it really took off, and now we're back above the GFC levels, which is this line here. That's the levels we got to before the market crashed with the GFC, and we'd broken above. So we're heading back up to where we were, which is nice and healthy. And this 7200 level is the next significant point for it to break through. So I am certainly enjoying the ride, that's for sure. If we have a look at the US market, you can see, was in that upward channel as well for a long period of time, like we were since mid-2009. Had a similar thing where it had broken above it, then COVID hit, completely collapsed below it, got back in there, had a bit of a sideways, but not as significant as the Aussie market, and then managed to charge, fall back, charge, and it's in blue sky territory. You know, even with everything that's been going on over there, the markets have still been strong. So all the world markets, I mean, majority of them are looking very healthy. So it doesn't matter where you are around the world. It's a very nice trading environment right now. Now, let me share with you a couple of trades. So as you know, I trade the daily and weekly system. I turned my daily system off at Christmas time and closed down all the trades I had opened. And I've just started entering into some new trades. Now, I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just picking a selection of a few trades. But this is an example of a daily system trade that I entered into when I started back trading sort of end of January. I was coming back into it, then a few family things happened, and I've really become focused now that children are back at school with the daily system. So it's a system that I can turn on and off when suits, but I've always got my weekly running in the background. So this is a trade that was running beautifully, had risen up, pulled back, bounced off support. This was when I started building back in the market with the daily system, and had that nice bounce up, and so I entered into it when it was nicely bouncing off that support area and was back above the round number of $5, and it has moved very nicely right now. So this is what I call a swing trade, and I have my stop loss set on a daily chart, and it's tracking underneath the share price and continues to move up as the share goes my way. If the share doesn't go my way and it falls to that stop, I'm taken out, but I'm always protecting my worst case scenario. So that's a daily system trade. Now, I shared a couple of trades with you in my last newsletter video. This was one. It had come up in my daily scan, but I actually entered it as a weekly trade because it was also giving me weekly signals, and it was close to Christmas, and I knew I was closing all my daily trades down because we had a lot going on with going away, family visiting, and markets can go quiet, so it was a good time to take a break. But this one had a really good signal before Christmas, so I knew I wanted to be in it for the longer term, so entered into it with a weekly system, and it's moved very nicely and has continued to go higher. So this is a weekly chart with that trade on it, and you can see how previously it had been trending, fallen for quite a number of years, and was going sideways and had built up some significant resistance points, but is now trading above those significant resistance points. And when you see arrows underneath, that was when I was getting trading signals. So that's a weekly entry, that a fairly new one from end of last year, that's still running very nicely right now. The next trade that I had shared with you in my previous newsletter video was this one that I'd entered into back in September. I'll zoom back out. It's a share that had fallen quite heavily over time, built up a basing pattern, and then started to break a significant resistance level. I entered into it when it pulled back and bounced, and it's now moving through the next resistance level, which is a nice healthy sign, and my stop loss is now at break even. So I've got another no loss trade locked in with this one. Next trade is this one. Entered into this on the 18th of November when it broke through resistance level, and it's moved very nicely, and I've also received a dividend on this one. So that one's still open and running, and my stop loss is also now in a profit stop. As mentioned, I'm now in a position where I can pyramid into a couple of my trades. So I just wanted to give you a quick update on the 3 trades I previously shared with you and where they're going. And I'll just show you 2 trades that I've pyramided into recently, so you can see what I mean by adding 2 trades that are going nicely. So this is a trade that I entered into on the 27th of May when I moved back into the market with my weekly system. It didn't do a lot to start with, but I was not worried about this. This was a high dividend yield share. Then it broke out. Then it took off, and it's moved up nicely again, and it's moved up to a level now where my trading plan tells me I can buy more of them, and that's exactly what I have done. I add to the trade, I risk some of the open profits to buy some more, And that's how I pyramid into the trades. I have a strategy that I follow. And these are all things I teach in my mentor course. And this one's also paid me a dividend too, so I am very happy with that. And this is another one that I entered into on the same day, the 27th of May. The share had broken a significant resistance level above $5. Moved up strongly, then didn't do a whole lot because that was when the Aussie market did have that sideways flatness. And then it took off, and I got a pyramid signal just recently. So I have added to this trade as well. And I've also received a dividend on that one too. That's a good example to show you a selection of some trades, some new ones that I've entered into, some ones I've been holding since I turned my weekly system back on, and have now had the opportunity to pyramid and buy more of them and build that portfolio up where you're really focusing on shares that are performing well and you want to add to them and build on them. And the ones that don't perform well, you want to get rid of. So you get rid of them and you continue holding a nice portfolio of shares that have been running. And I've shared trades throughout my newsletter videos where I've taken losses on them, which is part of the game of trading. You're going to take losses every now and then. And especially when we got into that choppy sideways market, it can become a little bit more difficult to trade. But right now with the way the market's running, it's a really nice market to be trading. But of course, you never know how long these things are going to run for. You never know what's going to happen next. Just look at last year around this time. You know, it was a week's time and then COVID hit and everything changed. That's why I have my stop losses in play. That's the most important part of my trading. And with my weekly system right now, I've got a portfolio of shares. It's got a mix of banks and finance, buy now, pay later shares, resources, building, health, industrials. You know, it's got a nice portfolio of shares from a range of different sectors that are all performing. It's not one dominant sector. So getting back to the slides, I offer a range of products and courses. So if you are new to trading, there's my Smart Charting 101 course because I make all my trading decisions off charts and love charts. So if you want to find out more how to find healthy shares through charts, that's a great course to start with. And that's only $97. Then there's my Smart Trade Tracker spreadsheet, which I use to track and manage all my trading activity because you need a good record keeping structure. And I created this for myself, and then people ask, can I buy it? Can I buy it? So that's why it became a spreadsheet that other people can buy. And as one of my clients calls it, his mission control. Metastock is the software I use, so I offer a online training course in that. And on my website under the FAQs, I have a recommendation to Craig at Oracle Traders. If you are interested in buying that, his service is top notch. He really supports all my clients, so I can highly recommend him. So if you go to the FAQs on my website, there's a question there about how do I buy Metastock. Then there's my Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course. That's the course where I teach you all my trading strategies. And all this information is on my website, so I'm not going to go into detail on everything there. And then I've got my Smart Traders Mastermind. So when you join the Ultimate Smart Trading Mentor course, you get a year's membership to my Mastermind program. And that's my support program. So you're not walking away just doing a course and that's it. I like to support my clients, especially in that first year. And then you have the option if you want to continue with that program. And of course, my book, Smart Trading Plans. If you don't have a trading plan, I can't stress enough how important it is to have one. I've seen what can happen in the market. I started full-time trading. It was a hobby, and then I started full-time trading in the year 2001, and then the World Trade Center crash happened. I've experienced that. I've experienced beautiful bull markets. I've experienced the GFC, and now experienced COVID and what can happen in the market. So it's about being prepared for anything because anything can happen in the market, and it's about knowing what to do. And when things are going well, also knowing what to do and having multiple stop losses to manage things. I mean, I just took a windfall profit on a trade this week as well that shot up very strongly. I've got strategies for all scenarios that can happen, and that needs to be documented in your trading plan. And that's what I help teach my mentor course by sharing my trading plan. And if you haven't been to my website before, smarttrading.com.au, go and check it out. Put your name and email into the free special report and you'll get my top 10 mistakes that new traders make. And maybe I can help you not make some of them. But if you are already trading, you'll probably read it and go, oh yes, I've done that. I've done that. It is all part of a journey. If you have any questions, my contact details are in the contact us area of my website, and I'll have another update coming to you in 2 months' time. And each month you will see me live on the Spotty TV show, which shines a light on all things trading, and that live streams and the recording of Monday's TV show is in the newsletter notes that came with this video. Goodbye for now.